You've probably spent a few weekends on the water, tossing a line, watching the surface and wondering if there's a smarter way to cover more water without dragging the boat around. You want something that actually works in the real world, not just a gadget that looks cool on a spec sheet, and you're willing to spend a bit more if it means you'll get reliable results, easy handling, and a clear return on your investment. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The first thing that makes the Swellpro Fisherman Max heavy lift feel different from a regular camera drone is that it was built around the act of fishing, not just aerial footage. That means the whole design, from the 3.5 kilograms bait compartment to the IP67 waterproof rating, is aimed at keeping your line in the water while you stay dry on shore. When you're looking at a drone that can hold up to 7.7 pounds of bait, you're already seeing a tool that's trying to solve a specific problem, getting the lure out farther and deeper than a handcast can manage, especially when the wind is kicking up. Let's talk about who actually benefits from a setup like this. If you're a serious weekend angler who likes to chase trophy bass, snook, or even larger offshore species, the extra lift and the 1-mile casting range can turn a small lake into a much bigger playground. The built-in 4K camera with a stabilized gimbal also means you can scout structure, locate schools with the fish finder mode, and then drop your bait right on target. That level of precision can shave off a lot of guesswork and make a day on the water feel more like a hunt than a lottery. On the flip side, if you're just dabbling, using a pole and reel from the dock, or you're after a simple selfie drone for travel vlogs, this machine is overkill. The bait release mechanism adds weight, the battery life is tied up with the lift capacity, and the learning curve for the autofish mode can feel a little steep if you've never synced a drone with a fish finder before. In those cases, a lighter, cheaper drone will give you the aerial shots you want without the extra bulk you'll never use. Ease of use is where the Fisherman Max shows its practical side. The folding arms and the multicolor display on the remote give you a quick visual cue of battery and signal health. I spent a couple of hours in a breezy August afternoon on a lake that was pushing the level 6 wind rating, and the drone stayed stable enough to keep the camera locked on a shallow reef. The autofish beta feature, which locks onto a target and then drops the bait when you press the release, actually performed as advertised. The bait dropped within a meter of the chosen spot. That's a big deal when you're trying to work a school of fish that's moving just beyond the reach of a standard cast. Low-light behavior is worth mentioning because many anglers prefer early morning or late evening runs. The 4K sensor does a decent job in dim conditions, though you'll notice a slight softening of detail when the sun is low on the horizon. It's not a night vision system, so you won't get crystal clear footage after dark, but you still get enough visual information to see the surface ripple and adjust your bait placement. If you're planning to fish at twilight, pair the drone with a portable light on the water. The camera will pick up the illumination without too much noise. Stabilization is another practical factor. The gimbal keeps the footage level even when the drone is compensating for gusts, which is essential if you want to use the video feed to identify fish habitat patterns. I tried the drone over a patch of submerged kelp. The video stayed smooth enough to see the subtle changes in watercolor that indicate a bait ball. That level of detail is something a handheld camera would miss, and it translates directly into better bait placement. Battery confidence is a realistic concern. The heavy lift capacity and the 4K video stream both draw a lot of power, so the flight time hovers around 20-25 minutes under moderate wind. That's fine for a single run to a promising spot, but you'll need to plan your session carefully if you want multiple drops. The best practice I've found is to keep the drone hovering just above the water, use the fish finder mode to locate a target, then make the bait release. That way you avoid unnecessary flight time and preserve battery for a second run if the first drop doesn't bite. Now, let's get into the practical strengths and weaknesses that matter after you bring the box home. On the plus side, the bait compartment is genuinely spacious. I loaded it with a mix of soft plastics and a couple of crankbaits, and the release mechanism handled them without jamming. The waterproof rating, IP67, means you can accidentally splash the drone or land it on water without panic. The electronics stay dry and the motor whirs back up once.